A friendly reminder, Planet people, please, no video recording or flash photography, or you may be asked to leave. Attention! The next panel is about to begin. If you'd like to get a better view of our next guests, you may now take any available seats in the reserved section. If you are moving, please don't run and be courteous to your fellow attendees. Thank you. During our presentations, a microphone will be located in the aisle to the right of the stage for questions. When prompted by the moderator, please line up single file. Please have your question ready when approaching the mic, and remember, do not ask for hugs, autographs, kisses, or voicemail message recordings.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Planet Comicon! Middle of the day, are we all lunched up and ready to go? Well, without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and welcome on our next guest. He's been entertaining the world for generations. Ladies and gentlemen, Backstreet's back. Give it up for AJ McLean!
What up? How you doing, brother? Hi, everybody.
AJ, how you doing?
This is, like, overwhelming. This is awesome.
Look at this.
I wasn't expecting this many beautiful faces today. So, how's everyone enjoying the con so far? It's awesome. It is awesome. This is my first time at this particular con.
Is it really?
And I look forward to coming back again and again. For sure.
Have you had an opportunity to kind of explore the city, maybe check out some restaurants?
I'm going to do that tonight.
Okay.
It's become like a thing for my little team and I to find really good sushi wherever we go. Yes.
Okay. So I was going to try to sell you on Ethiopian food, but if like sushi.
I mean, no. Hey, I'm always down to try something new. I did have barbecue this afternoon.
Let's say that's what you guys are kind of known for, right? Barbecue.
Yeah. I will say though, this is going to sound weird. I don't know if I've ever told anyone this. So a little inside.
We heard it here, folks.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So I love barbecue, but I don't like touching like messy food. Like
AJ, you and I are kindred spirits. I'm the exact same way.
I'm a fork and knife barbecue rib guy, which is so lame. I know, I'm sorry. But I have, like, since I was a kid, I have this, like, I guess you can almost call it like a little anxious, nervous tick.
Okay.
I play with my corners of my shirts like this. And I do wear a lot of white shirts.
You do wear.
So I have destroyed countless T-shirts with barbecue sauce over the years. So, or even pizza or anything. So I try to not do that anymore.
Well, let me try to put you on something. So I do this both for cleanliness because I'm kind of the same thing. Not necessarily the shirt thing, but definitely I have a really bad habit of wiping my hands on my jeans. That's why I wear black a lot. But also for portion control, I use chopsticks on anything that I can, including fries and barbecue sauce.
Okay, I'm going to have to start carrying around some chopsticks then wherever I go. That's actually not a bad idea.
So, guys, this show is not just for you guys. You guys can be a part of it. We have a floor mic over here at the corner of the floor. Feel free to, right now, make your way over to there. While we wait for them to kind of make their way over there, now, I said it at top, you've been entertaining the world for generations, but you've also been helping it as well. Tell me a little bit about your time with RuPaul's Celebrity Drag Race.
Oh, man, that was... Thank you. That was by far probably one of the best experiences I've done in my career. We got to do, it was Secret Celebrity Drag Race, so each of us got to play for a different charity. I played for Trans Lifeline, which is an incredible, incredible charity to help communities out there with the transgender community in their community to have the ability to reach out and talk to people if they're going through any struggles or dealing with any like blowback or any negativity, or if they're contemplating potential suicide, anything that's negative, they have an outlet to go and actually talk to people. So I've been a huge advocate for the LGBTQ plus community my entire life, and I will be forever. I'm for sure always going to be an ally. I actually got ordained
Did you really?
I got ordained. God, now it's been almost 10 years. I married my 2 best gay friends. I said that was it. I wouldn't marry anybody else after that.
One and done.
I've done 2 more weddings since then. And I think my final wedding will be my publicist. Her and her partner are going to get married, I believe, next year or the year after. But they specifically requested that I marry them as Poppy Love. So I will be back in drag to marry them in New York in Central Park. So that's going to be fun.
Alrighty, guys, we're going to throw it to the floor real quick, guys. If it looks like we're talking to the TV, it's because the lighting in here, great on us, not so much for you guys. So if it looks like we're talking to the TV right here, it's because we have a camera on you guys. So first off, what's your name?
Good afternoon, AJ. My name is Kirk.
Kirk.
Hi, Kirk.
Kirk, what's your question?
My question to you is, there's an episode of Kim Possible where one of the villains forms a boy band, and they spoof Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. So my question to you is, what's it like to have your music be spoofed by Kim Possible?
I mean, you know what? It's if you go back to the 90s, you know, being on like Beavis and Butthead, that was an honor. To have Weird Al Yankovic parody one of your songs, it's an honor. Stuff like that is the highest form of flattery. Having kids, especially girls that watch Kim Possible, to have them come and tell me this, I've actually seen the episode, is really, really awesome. You know what I mean? Like anything from going back to when I was on Static Shock back in the day, to us doing Arthur. I mean, we've had some pretty awesome moments. By far, though, I think for me the highlight is still "This Is the End" is probably one of the coolest things we've ever done. That was pretty awesome. So
thank you very much.
You're very welcome, man. Is Andrew Garfield gonna like pop up in his Spider-Man costume right now? I'm just
I would absolutely lose my mind.
I'm just curious. Or Tom Holland. I'll take either one.
What's behind door number 1? Hi, what's your name?
Hi, AJ. My name is Brittany. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Brittany. How are you?
I've been a fan since I was 7. You have the most gorgeous voice.
Thank you.
My question is, I know Backstreet Boys has said that they wish "Don't Want You Back" was a single. So if you could pick any song to be a single, what would you pick and why?
That's easy. Siberia.
Oh, I love that song. Beautiful.
Without even a question. That song, we've only done it on one tour. That's it, ever. We do want to bring it back. We might be bringing it back in Vegas this summer. It's just a beautiful song. It's kind of a depressing song, but it's like I don't know, there's just something haunting about it. But I think, honestly, one of the coolest things about that song, really short story, Max Martin normally would not do his own demos to send to us. So that was one of the first times Max did the demo and sent it to us. And Max, if anyone's ever heard Max Martin sing, his voice is unlike anything in the world. He has sang a lot of backgrounds on Backstreet Boys songs and NSYNC songs, most of his songs, actually. But the demo with him makes our version sound like doo-doo. It's just so awesome. So that song, I mean, I would love for us to do something with that song. And to your point, because Nick screwed it up, I've been pushing the boys for us to find the time to actually make a video for "Don't Want You Back" for the fans. So we'll see if we can make that happen.
Yes.
So
thank you.
thank you.
Fantastic question. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Lena.
Lena, what's your question?
So, who is your favorite bandmate and least favorite bandmate?
Nobody's recording this, right?
And that's the end of Backstreet Boys. So quickly. Wow. You know, if you would ask me this 15 years ago, I could have given you 2 definitive answers. But today, you know, we are probably the closest we've ever been. I think we've literally been through hell and back together. You know, I will say, as of right now, who I believe I'm closest to is Brian. I think him and I him and I have really connected. It's really hard to explain. I think a lot of what he's dealing with in his personal life, with his voice and what he's been dealing with for the past few years, and me dealing with recovery and addiction, I've tried to make that relatable because none of us will ever understand what he goes through on a daily basis. And we have the most empathy for him, and we support him 1,000,000%. And the fact that he still gets up there and performs and gives 120% means the world to the fans and to us. And we just want him to be happy and healthy. And the boys feel the same way about me. They want me to be happy and healthy, and that's where I'm at now, and that's where I plan on staying. So I just believe that for some weird reason, those two things have connected us together. My least favorite back in the day, no, I'm kidding. I'm not. And then, no. This will be everywhere, and then Vegas will never happen, so. Or it will, and they'll push me off stage. What was that, AJ? Yeah.
What a way to go, though.
I mean, yeah, right? Just like, bye.
There are many different ways to get to Valhalla, right?
Yes, there is. And to be kicked off the stage by your own bandmates.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Amanda.
Amanda.
Or is it Poison Ivy?
Poison Ivy.
I just want to make
Yeah,
sure.
we don't want to mess with her.
Sure.
Yes.
What's your question, Poison Ivy?
So I was, I know kind of how much and who influenced you whenever you were younger, but now that you're older and you've matured as an artist, who do you kind of aspire to?
Wow. It's funny. I grew up listening to a lot of like Southern rock, like CCR, Three Dog Night, the Doobie Brothers, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath. Nothing that you would have assumed based on what I do for a living. But I'm a fan of all genres of music. People tease me back home when I'm driving around in my truck, which, I've got a Hummer. It's on 24s. It's all beefed up. And I'm bumping some Enya when I'm driving down the 405. I love me some sail away, sail away. When you're driving in traffic, you need to be calm. But today, I really there's so many talented artists. Ryan Tedder is such an incredible musician, singer, songwriter. Bruno Mars is my boy. He is a fantastic artist. But if I were to go to the creme de la creme, for me it's either David Bowie or my all-time biggest idol for me was Frank. Sinatra, just phenomenal. So that's a hard one to pick,
Awesome. Thank you for your question.
I want to grow up and be like Kevin.
How's
Hi,
it going,
AJ.
sir? What's your name?
Hey, I'm Zach. Thanks for being here, AJ.
What's up, brother? Thanks, man.
Hey, I just was curious, when you're divvying up harmonies, do you guys always kind of have the same part, like, hey, I'm tenor 2 in all the lines, or does it kind of intermingle between the songs, or how do you divvy that up?
We get in a boxing ring. No. We've over the last almost 32 years, we've pretty well learned our voices very well. We know who's going to sing what. There has been some vocal changes, mainly myself and Nick, when, pardon earmuffs if there's anyone too young, but when our balls dropped, things changed. I lost a lot of my high register, and Nick just down here now. But we're pretty well versed across all 5 of us. I mean, I could do tenor 1 down to bass. It just depends on who's going to sing lead. On the DNA album, we had an a cappella song called Breathe. And there was a lot of going back and forth live. And for me, I think it was the most cuckoo because I went from tenor to bass, back to alto, back to bass, to lead. So I was all over the place. But, it's, I think we're all pretty much tenors and altos more than anything. No one's a real bass, No one's Lance. Let's just say that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Or Avi Kaplan. No one's those guys. Those guys are.
Guys, before we get too carried away, I really wanted to spotlight and give a big round of applause to our friends over there, making sure we keep these shows all accessible. Give it up for our ASL interpreters.
Yes, thank you. You're the best.
Alrighty, hello, what's your name?
Wait, hold on. Wait, really, really quick.
Yep.
I just want to say thank you again. You are amazing. NSYNC sucks. Oh, she didn't do it. She didn't do it. She didn't do it.
She's got it. We're a sleeper
She didn't
band.
do it. I had to see if she'd do it. I don't really mean that, by the way. Oh, okay, there we go. All right. I just wanted to say. They don't suck. They don't suck. I just wanted to see if I could throw a curveball and if she would do it. She totally stopped in her tracks like, no.
She was like, do I want to ruin my career
She's
or
like,
no?
I love those guys. I do too. I'm just kidding. Hi, my dear.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Ariana.
Ariana, what's
Hi,
your question?
Ariana.
Okay, I know you do not like the song I Went That Way, but what was it like to videotape this music video on a aircraft field?
Well, first of all, I do like the song. It's my oldest daughter who can't stand the song anymore.
Really?
She, now she's in middle school. Oh, it's, boys. When she was in elementary school, every day that I would drop her off, there was a group of boys, every day like clockwork, tell me why, and that's all they'd say. And it got to her. And she's like, if I have to hear that song one more time, Dad, I'm like, I'm sorry, I feel bad, but then I started going along with it. When they would say it at school, I'd be like, ain't nothing but a heartache. She's like, stop it. No,
The janitors and teachers are getting
oh,
involved
yeah,
in
all
the
of them.
background.
Well, like the first day of school when my oldest was in TK, I learned very quickly all the moms that did drop-off, because all the dads were off going to work and the moms were doing all the drop-off. I was the only dad doing drop-off. I learned very quickly all those moms were all Backstreet Boy fans immediately.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yes, and I was just like, this is what drop-off's going to be like every day. This is fun. No, that was a really fun video. We shot that at, I think it was a Burbank airport, I want to say, yes. What's funny is, when we redid the Millennium album shoot recently for Millennium 2.0, thank you. We actually used the exact same plane from the video. That plane has been in a bunch of movies. The fact that we were able to use the exact same plane for the recreation of the Millennium album was pretty freaking cool. This has been a 7-year plan that I've been pushing with the boys to, initially was to recreate the Millennium tour. That was the idea. And then it turned into Sphere Las Vegas, which is gonna be mind-blowing. And then in doing all that, it was okay, then we should re-release the album. It's the 25th anniversary this year. And put a brand new song on the album, but to recreate shot for shot every single picture, most pictures actually, from that album. And we did just that, shot for shot. So that was a pretty cool thing. And like I said, to have the same plane, I mean, the plane looked like doo-doo now. It's been...
I mean, it's got its own IMDb page.
I mean, they wouldn't even let us walk up inside of it because it's just... There's things growing in there and all kinds of... It was last used in the movie Ford versus Ferrari, so it's been around, but it was the exact same plane. It was pretty cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Hello. My name is Brandon. I have an
Brandon.
ultra nerdy music question.
Love nerdy, love music.
Okay, so the song "That's the Way I Like It" opens with you going, "Hey, yeah."
Right?
And then that was on the Backstreet's Back album. Fast forward years later to the Black and Blue album, you have a song called "Get Another Boyfriend."
Yep.
At the end of the bridge, or right before the bridge, you go, "Hey, yeah." Now, I wanted to know first, was that like a conscious choice to throw back to That's the Way I Like It? And those songs appeared together or next to each other on the DNA tour. And I was sure when I saw the set list before I actually got to the show that you were going to use the Hey Yeah 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 as a transition, and then it didn't happen. Did that thought ever cross your mind?
No, I mean,
That's a technical question.
no, look. No, that started right before we did That's the Way I Like It on DNA. What's funny is I did it as an ad-lib, and Max loved it. And it's actually, I believe, on 3 different songs. Max just kept asking me, because I would be the guy to go in once we were finishing up a song to really do a lot of the ad-libs. I was like the ad-lib guy. And while I was in there, Max would say, do the thing. And I just knew what that meant. So, I tried it on 4 or 5 songs, and it just didn't fit. But the ones that it made it on, it worked out pretty well. And I believe, actually, Brian did a version that I kind of took it from and made it myself on an earlier record. I forgot what song it was, but I think Brian's the one that actually created it. So, but I'm going to take credit for it anyway, so it's fine.
Okay, thank you very much.
I so badly want to do it.
Hello. Okay, hold on. We got a sign.
I so badly want to do it right now.
This is from, yes.
Sorry. Hello.
Hi. This is from your first Backstreet Boys U.S. concert from July 1988.
No way.
It's in the corner.
Oh, I feel it. I feel it from
remember,
here.
Remember taking a picture
Yes,
with,
I do.
with me?
Yes, I do.
Yes, yesterday. Okay, my name is Lindsay. I don't think I told you my name.
I don't think you did, actually, Lindsay.
You were just
nice
so
to meet you.
You were so excited to show us the sign. I appreciate that.
Good to see you again, Lindsay.
What's your question, Lindsay?
Oh my God. Out of all the songs in your catalog, what is your favorite one to perform live and why?
Ooh, it's changed over the years, but Get Another Boyfriend is probably up there still in my top 3. I had to fight tooth and nail to get that in the first Vegas residency. I had to fight for it again on DNA to get it back in the show. I do love, it's different because of different crowds, different shows, different venues, different energy. Certain nights, one song just feels like that's the one tonight. And then last night, it was a different song. Drowning's another good one. I think Drowning's a fun one. I know everyone in this room knows my least favorite song. Yeah, that's right. That song's a piece of crap. But if anybody did come to see us in Cancun, then you got to see that song once, and you'll never see it again. We did it for you guys. But yeah, I'm still gonna say Get Another Boyfriend. Yeah, just a fun song.
Thank you for your question.
Hi.
How's it
I
going?
love
Is
the
that
hair?
I was about to say, is that your real hair or a wig?
It's a wig. Me and my friend are Pain and Panic from Hercules.
I love it.
Nice.
So my name is Marie.
Hi, Marie.
I know you specifically through my older sister. She's absolutely obsessed with Backstreet Boys.
Awesome.
And is the reason I got into you guys in the first place. And my question is, how is it like working with like the Trolls crew for the movie?
I mean, that was fun. I mean, getting to be with, look, I've known all the NSYNC guys for a very long time. And, to be a part of that promotion and to be a part of that whole experience and to be able to take my, kids to the premiere and, that was just, it was an awesome experience. And to be able to have, like when I saw the first trailer, nobody told us that they referenced us. So I was like, wait, what? Hold on. Like I knew it was about a boy band, them creating this boy band. I knew that was at the epicenter of the Trolls movie. But to be included in that was pretty awesome. I was a little bummed I didn't get to do any VO work, but it obviously made more sense that the NSYNC guys did it, But if they do a Trolls 4, they better give me a call. I mean, come on.
Yes.
I'm saying it now. I'm manifesting it, putting it in the atmosphere.
Hi.
AJ.
Hi.
What's your name?
Haley.
Hello,
Haley. Haley, what's your question?
Okay, my question is which bandmate is most likely to text you back first, and which one is most likely to not reply?
Kevin is the worst at replying for like days. Unless we're talking about the Chiefs, then he'll get right back to you because if you say one bad thing about the Chiefs,
He's on.
he's all up your, yeah. I mean, look, we like immediately after the Super Bowl, I was like, ha ha! Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, you gotta let somebody else win once. It's not like you guys are gonna go to the Super Bowl next year. You know you will.
The Ron crowd.
You know you will. And the quickest to get back, Brian probably. Brian, yeah, Brian's quick. Nick's pretty good. Howie, God bless his heart, still learning technology. He had a Samsung for the longest time.
No.
All of us had iPhones. So you get a group chat going and it's just green bubble guy and you're just like, come on, dude. But he had friends that worked at Samsung, so he got the phones for free.
Okay.
I get it.
Yeah.
But like, bro, we will buy you as a group a friggin' iPhone.
We will pay you to get
So
one.
you are blue bubble boy, please.
The Backstreet Boys. We kind of have a
Yes,
reputation.
come on,
there.
dude. I mean, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, darling.
How's it going, sir?
Good. How are you? Hey, AJ, Jacob. We met yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Pleasure to have you here.
Thanks, man.
One of my questions is, you guys have incredible choreography and dance numbers. So as you guys prepare for tours and also the Spear, what songs are the easiest to prepare, or what songs take the longest to prepare?
Well, the good thing is, you know, for example, for Sphere, the whole epicenter of this residency is based around the Millennium album. So we're doing the entire Millennium album in the show. Not like start to finish, but throughout the show. We're doing the entire Millennium album. So a lot of the up-tempos from Millennium we've been doing on tour for years. We're not going to change that choreography. It's ingrained in our brains. There's no reason to switch it up. And, you know, so more so for Sphere, you know, this is a pretty big stage. So staging is going to be something that we'll be learning new. Like, we only have, I think, 2 weeks of dance rehearsal and like that. So it's not much because, again, we're not really changing anything. It's going to be more staging and stuff. But if we decide, hey, can we update this dance number? Can we do this? Then obviously we're going to add to it, you know, the days of rehearsal time. But there's just staple routines that the fans want to see. And if we don't do it, you know, that's like going to see, I don't know, Prince and he doesn't do Purple Rain. Like, that would be, you know, if we don't do this, it's blasphemy.
Blasphemous, yeah.
It's, yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? Although we have the last few times we finally put the DNA show to rest, finally. We were doing a bunch of privates, and we just did our last one in Saudi Arabia. And by God, we're like, okay, we're finally done with DNA. We can move on to what's coming next. We decided to take the hat routine out of All I Have to Give, just because we were like, you know what? We just don't want to do it right now. It's just make it shorter, quicker. But we'll see if we bring that back to Sphere or not. I don't know. But we even talked about doing the chair routine to As Long As You Love Me. Like, there's a lot of, I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's ingrained in our heads. So.
Awesome. Thanks, AJ.
Of course.
Awesome. Hello. So we have time for about 2 more questions. So hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is. Oh God. Hi,
You're doing great.
You're good.
My name is Cecilia. I
Hi,
love
Cecilia.
you, AJ. You're my favorite Backstreet Boy.
Thank you.
My question is, I'm so nervous.
You got this.
Good. You're good.
If you hadn't pursued a career in music, what would be your dream job?
Well, growing up, I wanted to be a fireman, and then I had a fear of fire, so that went out the door pretty quick. Then I wanted to be a cop, but I don't like guns, so that went out pretty quick. I wanted to be a teacher, but I wanted Hell yeah, teachers. Teachers are freaking awesome. I wanted to be a teacher of like the performing arts, like a theater teacher or something in that vein. I just thought it would be awesome to teach kids, you know, what I learned growing up in theater, something like that. Yeah, other than that, you know, people that have met me out and about that don't know what I do automatically assume that I'm a tattoo artist. I'm like, you would not want me to tattoo you. I did tattoo my tattoo artist. She almost kicked me in the jaw. I didn't know how much pressure to apply, but I guess I did too much. I learned very quickly, but yeah. So I would be a teacher.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Alrighty, this is going to be our last audience question. So what's your name?
Hi, my name is Jason.
Jason, you are the grand finale. Take us home.
No pressure or anything.
Yeah, none at all.
So obviously you guys will go down as one of the most influential bands of the Millennium for pop culture.
Thank you.
And here in the next couple months, you're going to be playing at the Sphere, which is arguably one of the greatest music venues in the United States of America. How does it feel to be on stage with bands like the Grateful Dead have been on and the Eagles, and how will you match that energy to the Sphere for the fans?
I mean,
when you put
we're
it
not
like,
worthy. We're not worthy.
When you put it like that.
I know, like, gee, I wasn't nervous till right now. You know, we went and did some recon. Nick was on tour, and the four of us went and saw the Eagles. And it was just sensory overload. I mean, but what people need to understand, like, when you go to Sphere, you're going to watch, like, a movie, essentially. Whoever artist is in there is basically the soundtrack to what you're watching. The difference between us and the other bands that have been in there is that word. They're bands. We're going to do the same show that we always do. So we're going to be up there dancing, running around, and that's why we decided to have a GA floor, because we want to have the fans close to us. If there was no GA, I think the front row would be almost to where you are. And that's just too far for me. Like, I want to be able to, like, see you like this. But to be able to share a stage like that with the likes of U2 and the Dead and now Kenny Chesney and, I mean, some of the greatest acts of all time, it's mind-blowing. But, I mean, we are so fortunate to be in the place that we are, coming up on 32 years together and now doing something like Sphere. It's like, where do you go from there? You know what I mean? So it's an honor. It's exciting. You know, we always say that we want to keep doing things that excite us, that invigorate us. You know, we don't want to just stay here. We want to keep growing. And people asked us if we were going to go back and do another residency in Las Vegas. And we were like, we would like to. And there was talks of Caesars again and talks of going back to different hotels. And then when Sphere approached us, we're like, duh, yeah. So it's an honor. And, I mean, what an amazing compliment. Thank you to even put us in that category because, again, we're not worthy, but thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So before we wrap up, both the boys and you have got a lot of exciting stuff coming up, including something on Netflix.
We do, yes. I have a Netflix show coming out. Most likely this summer is when we're looking at airing. It's called Building the Band. And I can't give too much away, but it's going to break the stigma on how bands put themselves together or are put together. And the talent on this show is unlike anything. And I've watched all the other shows, from Idol to Voice to this, and there's a lot of talent. Don't get me wrong.
Sure, absolutely.
But we really set the standard high on this show. And my amazing, panel of mentors and my partner on the show, Nicole Scherzinger, as well as we had Kelly Rowland and the late Liam Payne. This was the last thing that Liam did.
Wow.
So we are dedicating the show to him and to his family and to his fans. So he was an absolute joy to work with. and I know he would be proud of the end result. So we have that coming. I finally have my EP coming out this summer. Finally, I know, God.
Good things come to those who wait.
Yes, and I trust me when I tell you it's worth the wait. Single will be out hopefully in the next few months. It's a song called Echoes. Arizona will be out later this year as well. And then, yeah, and we've got some other things up our sleeve. I can't say what they are, but the buck doesn't stop at Sphere. So we'll just say that. So we we have Stagecoach. We're going to be headlining Stagecoach the end of April, which is kind of weird. At first, I was like, Stagecoach, really? But it's not what it used to be.
Okay.
You know, now you got Diplo and T-Pain and Jelly Roll and these guys getting up there and doing country songs and doing their stuff. So we're actually excited to be asked to be a part of something as legendary as Stagecoach. So who knows? Maybe we'll do Coachella down the road. Who knows? But and then yeah, and I'm hoping to take my family to the Kentucky Derby for the first time.
Yeah.
My daughters. I just want to see my daughters dressed up with the cute little hats and the dresses. So yeah, and they can watch Daddy have a big old cigar.
Ladies and gentlemen, did we have a good time? So real quick, before we part ways, we're going to do a quick group photo. Also, if you didn't get your question answered, make sure to check out AJ over at his booth. One more time for AJ McLean!
Thank you. This is my good side, by the way.
Help us out, Planet People, by not leaving your belongings behind and placing trash in the bins near the exits as you exit through designated doors. Thank you.